Hello everyone, this is Simamkele Sambu in Cape Town at the National Parliament of South Africa. Here I'm with Miss Esmeralda Reed, the ICT Program Manager. Ma'am, can you please tell us why are we here?
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Esmeralda Reed from the Department of Rural Development and Land Reform. As I've been introduced, I'm the project manager dealing with ICT programs throughout rural areas in the country. Today we are here to attend the budget vote for the department, where our minister will explain to the country and rural areas on what the priorities of the department will be for the year, which projects we will focus on.
Thank you. So ma'am, can you please tell us about the program?
Okay. So basically the rural ICT program started in 2011, where the department started rolling out rural ICT equipment to rural communities and in rural schools. Kuyasa Combined School is one of 99 schools where the department are locally in. So the program that we're having is our schools program, where we deploy ICT equipment, like in this case iPads and ICT equipment, is the mic and a lot of other equipment to rural schools, where we are training teachers with our partners, which is the iSchoolAfrica team, or the core group, which is the sole distributors for Apple equipment in the country. So basically the department buys the equipment from them at a discounted rate, and they, as their part of the partnerships, then train teachers in the school on how to use the iPads on a day-to-day basis in school. So basically they use the iPads to teach mathematics, geography, just to make it a bit interesting than the normal textbooks.
Wow, and then how do you choose schools?
All right, thank you for the question. The department are looking at rural areas because that is the mandate. And if I'm referring to rural areas, I like really mean rural, as in rural where you cannot drive with normal vehicles. You can only drive with 4x4s, SUVs, otherwise you'll get stuck in the mud when it rains. But our focus areas is rural areas. In this case, we've looked at Port Alfred, because we have a CRDP mandate that we're looking at. It's a comprehensive rural development program. That is the program that guides the department on the areas that we need to choose for our projects. And then secondly, the minister or the president's office on an annual basis also then look at the most poorest district municipalities at which we need to focus in. So basically our schools will be in those areas, the most poorest of the poorest areas, but our mandate is focusing on rural areas and rural villages.
Thank you. Ma'am, we appreciate your time and everything. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And now I am inside the parliament. How exciting, people. It is an honor for me to be here. I appreciate every step I am taking right now. As you see behind me are the national symbols. Oh, I appreciate South Africa. This is beautiful. This is amazing. Thank you. Ma'am, can you please introduce yourself?
I'm Candice Mashikhodlamini, the Deputy Minister for Rural Development and Land Reform, one of the pioneer of the iSchool program, where I'm speaking now. And I just want to thank you for really taking charge of this program. This program is aimed to make sure that all rural schools, rural children, must really be handy in terms of their IT, and also be equal to all the children that are schooling in towns. And when they reach tertiary education, they must be equal. They mustn't be seen that they are coming from rural area, but they must also be able to interact with all the systems that are there at the tertiary or other universities or high school. So I'm very happy that you are here, and I've invited you. Please listen to us. How much do we have and how many people we have reached in this program? Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, I'm Clinton Hyman. I'm the Chief Director for Rural Infrastructure Development in the Department of Rural Development and Land Reform. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So, why did you choose my school, Kuyasa Combined School, out of all the 99 schools?
Well, I didn't necessarily choose your school. When we started the program in 2010, we actually decided to support all rural schools with the best available technology to inspire the young people to get involved in ICT and in learning.
And what is your aim for the rural development program?
Okay, so for the Rural ICT Development Program, it has always been to ensure that we maximize and give young people opportunities that they probably never would have had before. And also by exposing children through the program, and especially the press club, by exposing them to the opportunities, you actually broaden their worlds, and you open up avenues for development for them. So for instance, you would have visited maybe for the first time Cape Town, you would have flown on an aeroplane for the first time, you would have stayed in a hotel room for the first time, and only by knowing that these things are out there do you know how to position and to target things in life going forward. So we've had a number of students visit. In the beginning years we'd have large groups, and over the years we are taking 2 or 3 students from every school. But it is a very important program.
Thank you. So I appreciate everything you're doing for all the schools in South Africa. Thank you so much. Apha ndime no Tata General Gqiba. Tata ngicela usixelele nge-youth program and your aim.
I-youth program esinayo idilishana ne-youth kwi-rural areas. Abantwana from 18 years to 25 years. In 6 phases. Phase yokuqala has to do ne-recruitment. It's a political program belonging to the minister, and we take a cue from the minister. After a recruitment from 9 provinces, they go to the college, the youth college, Free State. They go there to do a medical checkup, because we don't want to train abantwana who are not aware of their medical status. The 3rd phase is about character building. Character building yenziwa kwi-military bases. Those who have been declared unfit after medical checkup, they proceed baye kwi-military bases for 3 months, being trained, waking up early in the morning, 4 a.m., roll call, preparing their beds, march and drills, you name it. Denza yonke into yenziwa i-military, except the sharp end. The sharp end is shooting, they don't do shooting. Having finished that, the next phase would be community service. After begqibile military, sibathumela emakhaya bowuncedisa apho banidwa khona. After community service, phase 5 is the specialization. That's where now they are trained to specialize either as engineers, pilots, you name them. Almost everything they want to train. Abafuna utrainwa kuyo. And even the advantage now, when they go to these colleges, after that training, character building, they will never abantwana bethu bapchise isikolo batoyitoye, all those funny things. Discipline is central. Discipline. Patriotism. In last phase, he exit strategy. He exit, having trained them, the specializer, we help them to be entrepreneurs. As from Babaji, they must open up a business. Like now, abanye bazaba farmers, you name them. Those are the phases. Program, youth in rural development.
Kwaye tata ngicela usixelele ngemvelaphi yakho kwaye neligama uGeneral.
You know, I'm one of those who were once in exile. Came back before 94, 93. I joined the military, Defense Force Encha, thereby Chaplain General, SNDF. From there, I moved over by ambassador. And then after being the ambassador, and that's by advisor and minister. In other words, the title general is from the military.
Sabulela tata ngexesha lakho. Kwaye guys, you have to know discipline. How how are the learners and students in the rural areas, especially in the rural areas, going to benefit from the land distribution?
Well, this land, we said we are holding interest for you, the young people, from your grandparents. So you have to acquire skills in the latest you can in climate smart agriculture, if I may say, that you go back to land, soil your hands, dirty your hands, become producers. Remember that land is an economic asset. The true liberator for you for the future is if you, the young people, take advantage of that which your grandparents left for you or died for, so that you do not live the life that I lived. But it is if you go to school, acquire the requisite skills, particularly girls, boys, yes, but girls, yeah, well, I can't discriminate against boys and girls because I have both girls and boys in my household, so I must be seen to be balanced. But please don't look down upon land, and we become a net food importer when we're supposed to be exporting. 60% of South Africa's land is fertile and is not fully utilized. It needs you. Rushing to big cities to go and live in squatter camps is not a solution for young people today. Use this IT expertise that you are getting from the government to also acquire scholarships, local and foreign. I mean, South Africans believe that everything that comes from overseas is wonderful. There's a lot you can learn about land development here at home. We will try and assist you working with other departments like higher education, like science and technology and many others, so that you go back to the land. When we fight to acquire and appropriate land, it should be that you are ready. Ready not only in fighting, but ready with the requisite skills. So that's what you should equip yourself with.
Well, I appreciate the kind words. Mr. Gift, could you please tell us who you are, what you do in your department?
My name is Gift Paspavunda, and I work for the Department of Rural Development and Land Reform. I work for a branch called SPLAM. Yes. SPLAM meaning Spatial Planning and Land Use Management. We administer the act that has just been enacted in 2013, the SPLUMA. SPLUMA is a Spatial Planning and Land Use Management Act. So the aim of the SPLUMA was to provide for a framework for spatial planning and land use management in the Republic, especially to specify the relationship between spatial planning instruments and government and institutions. So basically, that's what we do. We want to. The plan was done in order to address the past injustice in terms of spatial planning, because you remember that there was inequality and all those things, that the segregational act that was done in the past. So you can look at the settlement pattern in the country now, where people are staying far away from all the issues that they need to do, from the work, from everywhere. So that's what specifically the SPLUMA Act was done in order to address the past, because the past laws were only meant for the few individuals. So they were meant to segregate other people from benefit.
I also want to know what qualifications do I have to do, or like in school? What do I have to do in order to be?
Okay, at high school you required to do mathematics, you also do economics and your other science subject. But specifically when you go to Spatial, those will enable you to go to a planning school, where we'll do it's either you're gonna do town and regional planning. The town and regional planning will always assist you to do spatial planning. But more so, if you are interested in assisting, you can also do a GIS, because GIS is a science that assists making decisions, that assists planners to make decisions and to draw plans. So you need to have science and mathematics to be able to do both GIS and spatial planning.
Well, Mr. Getu, I appreciate your time and everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Good day, Mzansi. Esmeralda Reed here from the Department of Rural Development and Land Reform. We're reporting live from Parliament. We have just officially finished the budget vote speech of the department. I have with me 2 scholars and the teacher from Kuyasa Combined School. I'm just going to ask them to introduce themselves, but also just to tell me more about what they've experienced.
I am Simamkele Sambu.
I am Masimbonga Viti.
My name is Lali, they are teacher.
So basically they are from the youth press team, which are part of the iSchoolAfrica project. So they are basically the voice of South Africa. They are recording stories in their community in Port Alfred. And I just want them to, just one sentence each, just please tell me how was your experience from flying from PE to checking into the hotel, how was the experience? And I mean, you guys are like live in Parliament. This is where decisions are being made about the entire country. So just please share your experience with us.
Well, my experience, it was so great. I was on an airplane for the first time, so that was really nice seeing the view. And Cape Town is so amazing. Table Mountains, the hotel was amazing. The room and everything, even the food, because I love food. It was really amazing, and I appreciate those who made me experience this. I really do appreciate them.
We have experienced a lot of exciting things already in Cape Town. We wish we could not go back to Eastern Cape. It was so nice. The rooms, the food also. We loved it. We loved it so much. Thank you.
It was good in Cape Town. It was amazing. What I loved so much, it was the food in the hotel. It was and in the Parliament, it was good, very good. The speech of the minister and everything was good. Thank you.
Mzansi, clearly the Department of Rural Development and Land Reform is definitely empowering our rural communities. They're empowering our rural schools. So I think we're out from here, and I just want to say thank you to our fabulous production crew, that is Stato, Priscilla and Kinilwe. Thank you so much for your support. It's much appreciated. Peace out. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And you've got the fabulous Miss Reed and Kinilwe Mashangu. You better have that. Thank you for watching. There's so much in the game. Call 0113. It's not a basic site. It's a number here. Love you, Mzansi, and I'm definitely me. What are we doing here? I never got to hold the mic. Yes, this is me. It's me.